and sell blocks. Walking Dead. Full steam ahead. Yes, I was. You see, Lawless. I know I could feel wrong. I know I could feel wrong. Yeah, I was way too long. Watch me levitate. That's right. Just inviting a few people in. Oh, yeah. Oh, we got a good one today. We have inherited lives, baby. We gonna go in. Welcome to the Hebrew state of being. I am your humble servant and host for this lesson. I am Kayel. In the building, I got my rib, my butter pecan, Miss Artist 28, and I got my youngin' Bella Song, my young Hebrew is in the building, Logan. Yes, sir. So we are in the building, getting ready, man. Look, this has been a beautiful Shabbat. The weather has been beautiful. The sun is setting on this beautiful Sabbath, man. And we are just thankful for all that the Most High is doing in our lives, in your lives. And He is doing great things. If you sit back and enjoy and listen to Him today, you know the things that the Most High is doing for you. He makes it prevalent on this day. If you unplug, if you let yourself hear Him, you'll be thankful for the things around you. Things come a little clearer. Yeah, man, that's what comes with Sabbath and the fourth commandment, you know what I'm saying, of our creator, of our, the most high, man. And I'm just thankful right now, dudes. I just gotta tell y'all, I'm just thankful. Just typing this into our YouTubers. Yes, man. Thank y'all for coming in as well. Oh, praises. Well, man, we have got a lesson for you today. The title of the lesson, as you see, is We Have Inherited Lies. Now, that's not really news to a lot of people. We are in an age of information. Look, oh, baby, can you hand me the my lighter right there on the side? Sharonda, yes. Thank you, baby. Hand me that lighter on the side of the sofa. So, what we understand is that since information has increased so much, everybody thinks they know everything. I mean, you got to realize that that is where we are. Thank you, love. That's where we are in this world. So when you try to tell someone about a lie, oh, they think they know. They think they are clear, and you may not know. They got a whole new conspiracy or another lie for you that's bigger than the one you want to tell them. So either everyone thinks they know everything, or they are become numb to it. You know, that's not good. Being numb to the lies and just going through that, ultimately it makes you become part of the lie. I mean, that's really not what we all want. We recognize they're a lie, but nobody wants to be the lie or add to the lie. But that's what happens when you don't consider the lie to be important. When you don't consider the falsehoods that you are living on to matter. That's what happens. You become part of the lie. The things that you could stop doing that would not continue to help this demonic system and perpetuate lies, you do it just so you can not ruffle any feathers, so you won't look like the odd person at the party, the conspiracy theorist or Debbie the Downer. It's a real thing. It is a real thing. But we are burning frankincense and myrrh on his holy day, on his fourth commandment. This is the same sweet, savory burning that Adam did when he was leaving the Garden of Eden. And that's what we read in Jubilees in chapter 2, right? Once he was kicked out of the Garden of Eden with Eve, he decided to give a sacrifice of a sweet smell unto the Most High that he knew was pleasing, which was burning frankincense and myrrh. We are trying so hard, man, to make sure that we are trying to do the things that were originally done, things that the Most High find pleasing. How about that? Not that we're trying to do what people did in the past. We're trying to do the things that please the Most High. And we understand that the Most High does not change, that he is the same no matter what. So if this was something that was sweet and savory unto him when Adam, and then became sweet and savory through the Levitical priest, then this is what we can do in this present day to connect with our Creator. Now, see, that would be a truth. There's no debate when you read Jubilees or read even in Genesis that Adam burned frankincense and myrrh as a offering, as a sweet, savory, pleasant offering, as a love offering almost unto the Most High. That's what we're doing, man. But that's a truth. Why is it truth? Because we can go all the way back to the beginning, to the first man, and see that this was done and that this was pleasing unto the Most High. Unfortunately, in this world, we have nothing but lies constantly. Our scripture told us that it would be at a time, well, the Most High said that man, during the time of the Tower of Babel, said that man would think only evil thoughts continuously. This is where we are in today's society. I see my sister has made it in the building. This is where we are in society, that we ignore lies, we make excuses for lies, and we take our feelings to become truth. I'm going to say it again. In today's society, we are numb to the lies. We make excuses for the lies. We then tell truth is what we feel. Then it becomes that truth is what we feel. We, as a people, if we want to break this government, if we as a people want to break these systems, we have to come back to truth, whether it feels good or not. Our feelings get in the way of our spiritual connection to our Creator. I'm going to say it again. Our feelings, many times, is the barrier between our spirit connecting with the Most High. We're going to blow the shofar because we have a lot of scriptures to prove out that we are in a world of lies, that the Most High said that we will be in a world of lies, and that the only way to come back to truth is not only his covenant, but his word. See, frankincense and myrrh is not in the covenant, it's in his word. It's something he finds sweet and savory. In his covenant is the law, which says that you shall have no other gods but me. That's the first one. There should be no other gods. And we know, because we are smart in this channel, the etymology of the word God does not encapsulate our creator. It does not define our creator. It is a modern term that is a lie. Our first lie. Our creator is not a God. He's above what you would consider a God. A God is something that our creator created. I want to keep it simple for you because we're about to get deep, because lies, that's what they like. As you've heard the cliche, the devil is in the details. That means the lies. I see my brother Yuan is in the building. We have to stop allowing lies to propagate and live amongst us. We must speak truth regardless of how it makes us feel. That is the training that Yasharala needs to be under, as if we are in the wilderness, shutting down our feelings and doing the right thing. And once we get accustomed to it, it's going to be so much easier. It feels better than what was in the past, even though the past, which is your present, feels good. It is even better on the other side. It is even better on the other side. You say all things, including their gods. Yes, yes. See, the Most High, Shaddai, all Shaddai, the head, the Aleph, and the limit, the law, gave us a covenant. The law is our covenant unto the Most High. That is the truth of the day. And everything is going to revert back to that truth when we look at the world in its lies. So if we were in a scholarly program, I would be telling you that our basis of our debate today is the covenant and the law. That we are presenting is the truth, and we are going to show through that words of the Most High that the world would propagate lies, and that we are the ones that are allowing those lies to live. So let's blow the shofar so we can get into our scriptures, right? Share my screen real quick. We're going to stand to the east as we're blowing the shofar. And why are we standing to the east? Not for Jerusalem, not for Mecca, not for a church. We are standing to the east because that is where the sun rises every day. And that's when the windows of the heavens, or Shemayim, is open. So we're sending our prayers to Shemayim through that window that the sun comes out every day. When we stand to the east, we're going to pray that the words, that the scriptures that have been prepared today answers the questions that you've been having all week, all year, or how long you've been having those questions. We pray that these scriptures, not my commentary, not my extra banter, but the scriptures answers your questions that you've been having. And when you accept the scripture as these answers for you, we pray that the Most High Shaddai, all Shaddai, levels you up when these resonate with you, whether it be next week, next month, next year, or today. All praises unto the Most High Shaddai. So let's stand to the east and blow the shofar. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. All praises. Yes. So let's get into it, man. We're going to start off with Jeremiah. Yes, sir. So Jeremiah is going to explain to us that the lies that we are dealing with right now isn't fresh lies. The lies of the world is not new. That's a lot of confusion in the world. A lot of people really think that all this stuff is brand new when it's really not brand new. It has been given new names, just like we've been given new names, right? It's been given different regions, even though we know where it all stems from. So we go to Jeremiah 16. He's going to explain this to us, and that is verse 9. Jeremiah chapter 16, verse 9, and it reads, "For thus says the Most High of hosts." Now, when the Most High is starting off here, he's announcing rather, that he's speaking from a spirit of war, of how he feels about this thing called lies. I want you to understand how much the Most High hate lies. And I'm going to give you guys a testimony. When I first got into this walk, that's one of the first things that the Most High struck me with in my heart was the words that came out of my mouth. See, I was a fast talker, as you can probably tell. I was a slickster with my convo, as you could probably tell. I could sell ice to an Eskimo, for real though. So what I'm trying to say that the Most High pressed upon me when I first got into this walk about the things that come out of my mouth. We always say there's power in the tongue. But the backside of that coin of the power in the tongue is that when you lie, the Most High is absolutely a hater of it. The Most High absolutely despises lying to a level that you may not understand. So I want to stop here as he announces who he is and what spirit he's coming from when he's speaking about this. The host. Whenever you read in scripture and it says the host, the Lord of the host, Lord meaning ruler and host meaning army. So he says, "For thus says the Most High of hosts, the creator of Yasharallah, I am going to banish from this place in your days and before your eyes the sound of mirth and gladness, the voice of bridegroom and bride." And when he announces all these things to that people, and they ask you, why has the Most High decreed upon us all this fearful evil? Is that not what we say in present day? What is there as a creator? Why are all these things upon us? Why is the government doing this? Why are the laws this way? Why are children going astray? Why is our social media this way? It says, what is the iniquity and what the sin we have committed against the Most High, our creator? So then he said, these people are asking, what have we sinned against the Most High for these conditions to be in this manner? Say to them, because your fathers. So the Most High says his answer to every human being, especially Yasharallah, especially Yasharallah, the answer to why you are in the situation that you're in, the oppression that you're in. He says, because your fathers deserted me, declares the Most High, first and foremost. You think your parents were following properly the Most High. You could not fathom that they didn't, because as you as a human, especially if you're here, you have an understanding there's something greater than you, and you grew up with your parents, so it's kind of hard to fathom that. But they did, declares the Most High, and followed other gods and served them and worshiped them. They deserted me and did not keep my instructions, which would be the commandments. If we understand from the Most High's mouth what is his issue, and his issue is the lies, is the lies that were perpetuated when our fathers left the Most High, better yet, deserted the Most High, and did not keep his commandments, his instructions. Verse 12, and you have acted worse than your fathers, every one of you following the willfulness of his evil heart and paying no heed to me. So now the Most High has jumped generations and said, your fathers deserted me, and you have done worse than the ones that deserted me. What do you think we fall? Many think we're like in the 8th or 9th generation. This would have been somewhere around the 4th. Therefore, I will hurl you out of this land to a land that neither you nor your fathers have known, and there you will serve other gods day and night, for I will show you no mercy. I mean, it does seem very clear and cut what the Most High is saying here. It seems to be very clear that what we were thrown out for, he says that we would continue to do when we were in other places that followed other gods. Because see, in his place, only he was to be worshiped. But we brought these other gods to his place. Understand? We brought the fallen angels into his place that was built for him in the region which he declared for him. So the Most High says, I will toss you out and I will throw you to these other lands where you will worship these gods, and you will see there is no relief, there is no grace, and there is no mercy. Why? Because of your forefathers who deserted and who created lies and then did worse. Because our forefathers told us that the gods that they were worshiping once they left the Most High was the Most High. I'm going to say it again. I did an extensive series on the etymology of your gods. And I explained through history, through scripture, how we went from Al, A-L, to E-L, to Yahweh, to Jehovah. Excuse me, I missed Baal in there, right? Yahweh is Baal. So, explained how we were dispersed. And here the Most High says, we will be hurled into those other lands, just as the language, as the gods that we would now follow, followed us in the places that we went to captivity. Now we're in North America with Judeo-Christian, and we are now screaming Jesus or Allah. If you watch this show of Hebrew State of Being long enough, you will know that I am an enemy to all Abrahamic faiths. I do not align with Judaism, Christianity, or Islam. We are covenant keepers of the way. We are, as my son says, we follow the spirit of the covenant. He didn't really say that. That was a mix-up. I'm just joking. They get it. But we are the covenant keepers. So, in understanding that, the Most High, as he opened, said, this is the answer for why we have all of our issues. Name it. Name the issue, from government to jobs, to food, to the homestead, to families. Whatever problem you want to name, it falls under our belief systems and the oppression that we've been hurled into. It says, they will serve other gods day and night, for I, the Most High, will show you no mercy. 14. Assuredly, a time is coming, declares the Most High, when it shall no more be said, as the Most High lives, who brought the Yasharites out of the land of Egypt, but rather as the Most High lives, not dead, not reincarnated, not come back in 3 days, but lives, as the Most High lives, who brought the Yasharites out of the north land and out of all the lands to which he had banished them, for I will bring them back to their land, which I gave to their fathers. Verse 16, lo, I am sending for my fishermen, declares the Most High, and they shall haul them out. And after that, I will send for many hunters, and they shall hunt them out. So what do you think we're doing right now? We fishing and we hunting them out. We are declaring this is what the Most High has said. And for those fish that want this bait, they're locking on and they're saying, we're going to follow the Sabbath. We're going to follow the commandments because we have gotten the bait. We want this. This is the yoke that we are choosing, not the world. We have heard the truth because there are fishermen, there are hunters out there, right? And it says, and they will hunt them out of every mountain and out of every hill and out of all the cliffs of the rocks. For my eyes are on all their ways. For my eyes are on all their ways. They are not hidden from my presence, for their iniquity is not concealed from my sight. I will pay for them. I will pay them in full. This is why we follow the commandments, because we understand that what the Most High means by the end times and that the blood is going to rise to the horse's bridle is that the people that will not take the hook, the ones that the hunters could not get because they just refused the Most High and his word, that the death in the end times, these people are going to die through their sins, through their iniquities. It's going to be done unto them. Whatever trap, whatever thing that their flesh has held them from not being able to come into the Most High, whether it be a lie, whether it be sex, whether it be money, whether it be power, whether it be whatever. That's what you're going to die by. That's what the Most High is going to tantalize you with for you to fall. He says, nay, doubtfully for their iniquity and their sins, because they have defiled my land with the corpse of their abominations and have filled my possessions with their abhorrent things. 19, verse 19, Jeremiah chapter 16. O Most High, my strength and my stronghold, my refuge in a day of trouble. To you nations shall come from the ends of the earth and say, our fathers inherited utter delusions. Our fathers inherited utter delusions, the lies. In the end times, the Most High is saying that these other nations are going to say, whoa. I think this Abrahamic faith thing, no. I see my brother Michael in the building. This Abrahamic faith thing, no. I see now that the Romans and the Greeks and the Ottomans have done a wicked thing. That we see what these wicked men have done. We are going to go to the truth. Them fishermen and them hunters, now they're going to be seeking out the fishermen. They're going to be seeking out the hunters. He said, our fathers inherited utter delusions, things that are futile and worthless. Can a man make gods for himself? Can a man make gods for himself? That's what they have done. I really want y'all to wrap your minds around that. This is what they have done. They have created their own gods. They have allowed spirits to come in and give them gifts that they have now called a god. They have allowed scriptures and the Most High giving us the detail of what he did to these watchers, and they went and prayed to these watchers. They chose Hashatan. They have chosen everything but the Most High. Do we understand? When you choose not to be righteous to the next man, you are going against the Most High. When you choose to lie to the next man, you have gone against the Most High. When you have chosen another God besides the Most High, you have gone against the Most High. When you have coveted your neighbor's things, you have gone against the Most High. When you have killed for your neighbor's things, you have gone against the Most High. Shaddai, the olive and the lemon. We live in a society that triples down on those things. We give money to those things. You can do a Google search of the people that have gotten online and called people niggers and have gotten in trouble and then gotten a GoFundMe and have raised over $200,000 to $300,000. Some have astronomical numbers that they have raised because they have shown themselves to be hateful to another group. You tell me that we're in a righteous society where people will give their hard-earned money so that someone can hate on another group for any reason? Color, creed, whatever. Do you think it's right if I make $1 million making fun of retarded kids? Do you think that's cool if I go around making videos of me tripping kids with Down syndrome? Would that be something, and then I get in trouble for it, and I can go get a GoFundMe, and are you guys going to give me $1 million for that type of content? See, some of you think that sounds like it could be funny, but some of you know that somebody could do that and actually make money. That's the depraved society that they call freedom. This is the thing that they're calling freedom to do. It says we have things that are futile. The word futile means it's nothing. You do it for nothing. It's an act that gets you nothing. That's what futile means. You went all summer or all planting season, and then when you went to harvest, nothing came. So all the work you did to till the land, to plant the seeds, to water it, you got nothing from it. It was futile. And it says, and worthless. Verse 20 of Jeremiah chapter 16. Can a man make gods for himself? No gods are they. Assuredly, I will teach them. Once and for all, I will teach them my power and my might, and they shall learn my name is Shaddai. Do you think that the Most High is joking here? Does this sound like it's something passerby? It's something that we could ignore. It's something that he's not truly serious about. The lies that our fathers inherited and uttered is what we live in today. Let's go to Zechariah chapter 1, verse 4. Zechariah. Zechariah chapter 1, verse 4, and it reads, do not be like your fathers. That's confusing to many because what do our commandments say? Honor thy mother and father. But somehow it got switched to obey in there, right? But here in our scripture, the Most High said, no, if your parents are not correct and in their error, they are telling you to worship something else, to do something else than the truth, then you should not do that. It says, verse 4, do not be like your fathers, for when the earlier prophets called them, thus said the Most High of hosts, come, turn back from your evil ways, as I just read in Jeremiah. So Zechariah is referencing the Jeremiah chapter 9 that I just read. He's saying that when the earlier prophets told you to stop all that evil, to come back from your evil ways and your evil deeds, they did not obey or give heed to me, declares the Most High. Verse 5, where are your fathers now? And did the prophets live forever? But the warnings and the decrees with which I charged my servants, the prophets, overtook your fathers, did they not? And in the end, they had to admit the Most High has dealt with us according to our ways and our deeds, just as he proposed. I mean, wow. Wow. Are y'all listening? The Most High said, look, the prophets that were told to tell these people that they were evil, both of them died. But did the words that my prophets spoke, did they outlast and then condemn and then become the actual thing that destroyed them? Yes. We all gonna die. How you gonna do it? We all get this breath. How you gonna live it? It's simple. We are going through trials and tribulations every day. Not just spiritual ones. We're talking economic issues that pop up. Cars breaking down. Mine was this week as well. My wife's been breaking down. You got so many other aspects, air conditioning, housing issues, school tuitions, all these economic things. And you're telling me by me giving up this Abrahamic faith that the Most High is going to drop $1 million on me? See, that's that mentality of the world. The world wants immediate gratification. The Most High says, I promise you grace and mercy. You got to make good decisions yourself. I'm going to open up avenues and windows for you. I'm going to level you up as you go along. But you got to have the heart to step through those doors. You got to be the one to manifest it. Because right now, you are the one that's manifesting the opposite. So you have to realize in order to manifest the new, you have to do new. You can't continue what you were doing or just stop and become stagnant and think that the money bag gonna drop on you. It's not how it works. And that's how the evil people tell you, oh no, that's how it works over here though. If you just give up your pride, your dignity, and other things, we give you that bag. I just saw a show the other night, well, not a show, but a report. These guys went on a bank robbing spree, right? And they got about $500,000 out of doing about 4 or 5 bank jobs, right? Hitting armored cars. I want y'all to think about that. It was 5 of them at $500,000. That's $100,000 a piece. How long do you think $100,000 lasts in this economy? It doesn't. It's not. You can't buy a whole house with $100,000. You can't. You can put a fat down payment on it. You could buy a nice fancy car that'll last 5 to 10 years for the $100,000. Their whole life, they took the option of possibly having to murder someone for $500,000, for $100,000, for $500,000, for the group. None of these crimes, none of the things that we do really answers the issue that we in. If you choose not to go with prayer, you choose not to go with the covenant, you choose to be Bonnie and Clyde, you choose to be against the law in this world and get it how you live, there's only a few that get that type of money, and they show them to you over and over again, making you think that it's attainable. Then you hear stories later of the one that you think got a lot of money, all of a sudden they went broke somehow. You don't understand how they went broke. They tell you that their lawyers stole the money, that this person, this bad investment, this, that, because when they did evil and got the bag, evil is now on them at every second to get every part of that bag back. That's the part they don't tell you. The court fees, the jail time, all those things are the way that the evil gets whatever bag they gave you back. At 53, yes, it's easy for me to say. at my son's age at 14 or my other son at the age of 32, it may be harder for them to see it because they haven't gone through enough trials and tribulations. They haven't seen the evils of the world in their full workings yet. But that's why we're the fishermen. That's why we're the hunters. To try and explain that though it looks like it's a shortcut, though it looks like it can hit for you, there's a whole other side that's going to try and take everything that you've got as soon as you get it. That's part of what the Most High is saying. Your deeds, it says, the Most High has dealt with us according to our ways and our deeds, just as he proposed. So we should really not be confused at the issues that we're going through, why we go through them when we're not following the Most High. Let's go on to Ezekiel chapter 20. Ezekiel chapter 20. We're going to verse 18. I warned their children in the wilderness. Do not follow the practices of your fathers. Do not keep their ways, and do not defile yourselves with their fetishes. Verse 19, the Most High am your, it says, I, the Most High, am your creator. Follow my laws and be careful to observe my rules. So the Most High said when he took us out of Egypt and we're in the wilderness where he had to kill the elders because they just could not get it. So he had to train up the young ones. He told them, do not follow the rules of your fathers. Do not follow the rules of Egypt. Do not follow the rules of the world. Do not follow the rules of your oppression, but follow my rules. Let's go to Jeremiah 23. Jeremiah chapter 23. These are the lies that the Most High warned us about. These are the reasons why we are in the situations that we're in and the lifestyles and the thoughts that we have. Going to Jeremiah chapter 23, verse 27. And it reads, the plan to make my people forget my name. We're going to start at 26. How long will there be in their minds of the prophets who prophesy falsehood, the prophets of their own deceitful minds? The plan to make my people forget my name by means of the dreams which they tell each other, just as their fathers forgot my name because of Baal. So the Most High is directly calling out Yahweh. Right now, he's calling out Yahweh, the one that y'all call Jehovah. Go in history, understand Baal and Yahweh are the same God at the same time. So the Most High said, these liars, as we had in Elijah, with the 450, with Ahab as our king, that was following Baal, following the Yahweh, that the Most High killed all of their prophets. And these people tell them that they had dreams, and all of our people were following them. This wasn't evangelists. This wasn't the priest of the Vatican. This was our king with his wife Jezebel having these priests giving praise to a false god. Our people, nobody else. We have a proclivity of going against our creator without influence. I'm going to say it again. We so stiff-necked. As a people, we don't need an Abrahamic faith to go against the Most High. We're creator God. We'll create Jabu. I think that's what Erykah Badu called one of the guys in one of her songs, Jabu or whatever. We'll create a God. You know what I'm saying? Simple and plain. We'll pick out something, a tree, the sun, the moon, something that means woman, and we'll worship that. Verse 28 of Jeremiah chapter 23. Let the prophets who has a dream tell the dream, and let him who has received my word report my word faithfully. That's what we do. Let them talk about their dreams, but the workers of the Most High are reciting his word. And it says, how can straw be compared to grain, says the Most High? Behold, my word is like fire, declares the Most High, and like a hammer that shatters rock. This is what we stand on. Let's go to Amos chapter 2. As the sun is setting on our Shabbat. Amos chapter 2, verse 4. Like Joe. Verse 4. Thus says the Most High, for 3 transgressions of Yehudah, for 4 I will not revoke it. It says, for 4 I will not revoke it, because they have spawned the teachings of the Most High. I mean, we left the teachings of the Most High. He says, I'm not going to forgive that. And have not obeyed his laws. They are beguiled by delusions. Beguiled. That's what happened to Eve, right? In the garden. That's what the serpent did, right? And we found by reading through Jubilees that all the animals spoke. It wasn't just the serpent that spoke at the time. But because of the serpent speaking and diverting us, the Most High stopped all animals from being able to speak. So we were talked out of our underwear, which was being said here. It says they are beguiled by delusions, after which their fathers walked. I will send down fire upon Judah, and I shall devour the fortress of Jerusalem. Come on now. You cannot say that the Most High is not being very clear and naming gods and naming our behavior and saying that is reprehensible. He's not going to forgive, and saying that all the problems that we will have in these lands that he's going to hurl us to was because we were doing the same thing over in his land. He said, well, you ain't going to do it here. Well, you ain't going to do it here. Isn't that what parents tell the kids? Oh, you gonna have to find another house to do that. You're 18. You think you're a man? You think you're a woman? You can do that out there. I know I got that speech. I know many of my friends that was in the 90s. We all got that speech. I wasn't special. Trust me. You know what I'm saying? I bet, because Michael, I know you got that speech. I know your mama and daddy. I know you got that speech. If you ain't gonna do what we saying in this house, you can go do it out there. So the Most High is saying the same thing. And what happens when we leave our parents' house? We go out and we experience the world and we do all the things, and then we find out one by one the things that they said that was true. We also find out the things that they said wasn't true, but we do find out the hard way the things that our parents gave us that was true. And then they come back home with that understanding. That's exactly what the Most High is saying about the end times and us and his children of Yasharallah. And not only us, but the rest of the world, due to the end times and the blood rising to the horse's bridle, right? That everybody's going to cling unto Judah and unto his word of his covenant. Yeah, because I know you got it. I know Juwan got it too. Yes, sir. Men get it quicker. Women may not get it at 18, but boys, it's right around that time we feeling ourselves. Oh, yeah, the muscles done kicked in. The girls hollering. We done got our respect with our boys. We think we know something, baby. And then our daddies come and say, boy, you know nothing. And if you ain't staying aligned, then you get on out there. It's a rite of passage almost in our community in Judah. I have told you before, and we have done a show on how it is very different in other communities, that the boys, the girls, they stay with the family. The ancient times, the father would build houses and complexes large enough so that he could house, the family for long periods. And when the son was 35, 30, whatever, when he was ready to go out and build his big own house, he was able to do that. We have a very different way of doing it because we're in captivity, and we've been told that we're supposed to be out of our parents' home instead of building family wealth. Because if the boy stays home, goes to college, gets a trade, whatever, brings that money into the house, now the child is lessening the burden on the parents and has money to save for his eventual goal of having a home. When you release the pressure off the parents, and the parents can do other things to also assist that child in getting themselves assured in their footing, so that when they step out into this world, they're not begging, borrowing, or working 25,000 hours and can't stay in the law of the Most High. See, there's a system of family and raising that is totally opposite of what this world has put forth and that we are trying to live. It's the lies of our fathers. It's the lies. We are supposed to be building family wealth. It's our goal. As family spiritual strength is the goal of our community. It is not to be out there with a new entrepreneur, with a new job, with a new kid working at a fast food and contributing to the government that's oppressing us. That's ass backwards. But we do it all day, every day. So let's go to, that was outlining the lies. Now we're going to go into our human traditions aspect of our lesson. Let's go to Isaiah 29. Isaiah chapter 29, verse 13. And it reads, the Most High said, because that people has approached me with its mouth and honored me with its lips, but has kept its heart far from me, and its worship of me has been a commandment of men, learned by route. Truly, I shall further baffle that people with bafflement upon bafflement, and the wisdom of the wise shall fail, and the prudence of its prudent shall vanish. Are we understanding what's being said here? The Most High says, because our heart, which when we was having our family meeting today, the conversation got to intent. What's your intent, right? So that's what the Most High is speaking of. The intent is what is in your heart. Before you speak it, before you act it out, it happens in here and in here. And the Most High says, you've kept your heart from me. The decisions and the things that you do out your flesh. You don't do out of your heart, and it's not connected unto me. I see Burrell is in the building. Shalom, shalom. So the Most High said, the people, they approach me with their mouth. They talking. I see Kev, Big Chief in the building. I see Chawab. Ain't seen you in a minute there, brother. Oh, good seeing you, brother, man. Good seeing you, brother. So it says, the Most High said, because that the people have approached me with their mouth and honored me with their lips, just talking out the side of their neck. They ain't really following being righteous. They're not really putting the work in of being righteous. He says, but has kept its heart from me, and its worship of me has been a commandment of men. And since we know man has been the father of the lies that we have been given, so we've been worshiping through lies. We've been worshiping lies. That's what you should be connecting, that we've been worshiping lies. If you haven't read this for yourself, if you haven't done your study on what name you should be calling upon, using etymology in the scripture, not being concerned about a canon, not being concerned about what the Vatican says you can and cannot read, going to Jubilees, going to the Apocrypha, going to Yasha, seeking him, going to the book of Enoch, where in chapter 70, he is told that he is the Son of Man. Mm-mm-mm. The Most High said that because we are listening to men, our wise people, their words are going to fail. The ones that are prudent is going to fail. Verse 15, those who hide their plans deep from the Most High, who do their work in dark places and say, who sees us? Who takes note of us? How perverse of you! Should the potter be accounted as the clay? Should what is made say to its maker, he did not make me? And what is formed say of him who formed it? That was words of trying to explain bafflement, and sometimes it confuses people. But basically, it's saying, how can the creation turn its back to the creator and say that you didn't create me? That something else is my God that gives me life. How, Sway? Let's go to Psalm 78, verse 8. Psalm 78, verse 8, and it reads, and not be like their fathers, a wayward, a defiant generation, a generation whose heart was inconsistent, was inconstant or inconsistent, whose spirit was not true to the Most High. Don't be that way. We should not follow the ways of man and be inconsistent and follow his laws. Now, how do we break away? Now we're going to get into the scriptures that my wife and my son and my sister contributed today, because all of this really contributed to how we break away from these lies, right? My wife, I love what she came through with, because her lie was about the rainbow, which was awesome, right? Because in today's society, I see David's in the building. In today's society, we can see a lie that's being appropriated right now. You have the rainbow, which the Most High gives us after a rain, to say that, hey, even though it's flooded, even though it rained, even if it is, I am not going to end the world in the way that I did with Noah. And this rainbow is my sign and my covenant with you. Oh, we're going to get deeper. Let's go to Psalms 106, though, first, for the breakaway. Psalms 106, verse 6. And it reads, we have sinned like our forefathers. We have gone astray and done evil. Our forefathers in Egypt did not perceive your wonders. They did not remember your abundant love, but rebelled at the sea of reeds. Yet he saved them as befits his name, to make known his might. So now, to show just how stiff-necked we was, even once we were taken out with the plagues, even after the ones that put the blood on the post, the one that believed enough to put the blood of the lamb on the post, so that the spirit of death, the whatever they call them, the spirit of death that came across didn't kill them. They got all the way to the rock and was still beefing with Moses, still in denial of the things that they had just seen the Most High do. Our forefathers in Egypt did not perceive your wonders. They did not remember your abundant love, but rebelled at the sea of reeds, the one that the Most High split for them. They was beefing and stiff-necking there. And you think that our society is a good society? You think our society is really nice? That our society is really what the Most High wants? Let's go to Isaiah. This is my wife's first one. Isaiah chapter 1, verses 2 through 4. And it reads, and I'm going to read the prelogue into this. The prophecies of Isaiah, son of Amoz, who prophesied concerning Yehuda and Jerusalem in the reigns of Uzziah, Jotham, Ahaz, and Hezekiah, kings of Yehuda. Hear, O heavens, and give ear, O earth, for the Most High has spoken. I reared children and brought them up, and they have rebelled against me. An ox knows his owner, an ass his master's crib. Israel does not know. My people take no thought. Ah, sinful nation, people laden with iniquity, broad of evildoers, depraved children. They have forsaken the Most High, spawned the Holy One of Yasharallah, and turned their backs on him. When you follow the Abrahamic faiths, you have done so. That's what it is. You're not following the Torah and the Tanakh. This is turning your face on what the Most High said. Let's go to Genesis chapter 6. Also from a wife, chapter 6, verses 5 through 12. And it reads, the Most High saw how great was man's wickedness on earth, and how every plan devised by him, by his mind, was nothing but evil all the time. Not sometimes, not on weekends only, not just on Friday night, even though it's Sabbath. No. All the time. This is the world that we live in. And it says, verse 6, and the Most High regretted that he had made man on earth, and his heart was saddened. The Most High said, I will blot out from the earth the men whom I created, men together with beasts, creeping things, and birds of the sky. For I regret I made them, but Noah found favor in the Most High. So wow. At the time of Noah, we've got Adam, we've got Cain, got Abel, we got Seth, and I believe we got Jared. You had all these, but during this time of Noah, the Most High was like, this world is so bad that I regret even the animals and the fish. I'm going to knock them all out. But because Noah was a righteous man, because Noah came from a righteous family, because Noah stayed in line as he was supposed to from Methuselah, right? Because he was in that holy line, the Most High said, I see one. I'll start all over with that one. Right? And it says, Noah, verse 9, this is the line of Noah. Noah was a righteous man. He was blameless in his age. Noah walked with the Most High. Noah begot 3 sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth. The earth became corrupt before the Most High. The earth was filled with lawlessness. When the Most High saw how corrupt the earth was, for all flesh had corrupted its ways on earth, the Most High said to Noah, I have decided to put an end to all flesh, for the earth is filled with lawlessness because of them. I am about to destroy them with the earth. Make yourself an ark of gopher wood, make it in an ark with compartments, and cover it inside and out with pitch. This is how you shall make it. And the length of the ark shall be 300 cubits, its width 50 cubits, and its height 30 cubits. Make an opening for daylight in the ark, and terminate it within a cubit of the top. Put the entrance to the ark in its side. Make it with bottom, second, and third decks. For my part, I am about to bring the flood waters upon the earth to destroy all flesh under the sky, in which there is breath of life. Everything on earth shall perish, but I will establish my covenant with you, and you shall enter the ark with your sons, your wife, and your sons' wives, and all of that lives. All of flesh you shall take 2 of each into the ark to keep alive with you. They shall be made, and male and female, from bird of every kind, cattle of every kind, and every kind of creeping thing on earth. 2 of each shall come to you to stay alive. Why did the Most High say 2? Why 2 of everything? Why couldn't he just did 1 of something? Why not 1? Because you need 2 to procreate. You need a man and a woman for the Most High's plan and his his order to go forward. So it had to be his sons and his wives, not his sons and his friends, his sons and his wives, his wife, not him and his boys, but so that they could procreate and start life again. So this boat was a boat of life, and the covenant of life that he gave was the rainbow. And it says, to stay alive, for your part, take of everything that is eaten and stored away to serve as food for you and for them. Noah did so just as the Most High commanded, so he did. So the rainbow was provided as that symbol of the covenant that he will not destroy the earth through rain. He is going to do it through fire and through war. Well, that's a whole other story. But this is his mark that was stolen by a whole group of people that now associated with a new lifestyle that is totally opposite of life, because it is not man and woman, it is man and man, or woman and woman, or a, however you want to make those equations work. But this is a stopping of life, ending of procreation, and this is something that is against the Most High. So the actual symbol of life, mankind has taken it and done the opposite of it and said that that's freedom for them. This rainbow flag for them meant freedom. But freedom from what? Freedom from the Most High. I see Diana in the building. Freedom. Freedom from what the scriptures say, freedom from the covenant, freedom from the Most High's grace, mercy, and covering, freedom from all of that. That's what they wanted freedom from. You have to ask yourself, is that what you want freedom from? Do you want freedom from the Most High? Do you want freedom from his law? Do you want freedom from his grace and mercy? Because that's what it comes down to. They want to give you the good story. They want to give you the social media of everybody having fun. We're free. We can do whatever we want to do. Let's go to Genesis 9. Also from the wifey, 13 and 17. 13, I read past 12, and I read all the way to 22 because it was good. But I'm going to read chapter 9, verse 13. It says, I have set my bow in the clouds, and it shall serve as a sign of a covenant between me and the earth. When I bring clouds over the earth and the bow appears in the clouds, I will remember my covenant between me and you and every living creature among all flesh, so that the water shall never again become a flood to destroy all flesh. So the Most High tells you in this Genesis 9 that the rainbow is specifically as a covenant, his word, in front of our face when we think that he's not here and we can't touch him. He's gone. Let's go to Proverbs 22. This is Logan's. Yeah. You want to read yours? Or you want me to read it?
Yeah.
All right. Perfect. Logan's going to read his verse. Proverbs, got to come close to the computer so they can hear you. All right. Chapter 12, verse 22.
Read it.
Yep.
The Most High destineth. What's this word?
Detest.
The Most High detests lying lips, but his delights in people who are trustworthy.
Yes. And that's his version, which was the Sefer. I'm going to read the version from the Tanakh. And it says, lying speech is an abomination to the Most High, but those who act faithfully please him. So the Sefer in their translation says, the Most High detests lying lips. And mine starts off with, lying speech is an abomination, but he delights in people who are trustworthy. And mine says, but those who act faithfully please him. And you're going to read Zephaniah? You just let me. You're next, right on up. So Zephaniah chapter 3, verse 13.
They will do wrong. They will tell no lies. A deceitful tongue will not be found in their mouths. They will eat and lie down, and no one will make them afraid.
And mine says, the Tanakh, the remnant of Yasharallah shall do no wrong. So here is a big difference, right? Big difference. So his says they will, as in being everyone. But here it says the remnant, meaning the ones that's going to survive after the blood rises to the horse's bridle. See, the Most High, when he speaks about the remnant, we're talking end times. He's not talking about the masses. He's the one that's going to cling unto Yasharallah. He says, the remnant of Yasharallah shall do no wrong and speak no falsehood, and a deceitful tongue shall not be in their mouths. Only such as these shall gaze and lie down with none to trouble them. This is the code for you being able to know that you got grace and mercy in the end times. Don't lie. Speak the truth. The Most High detests these lies. Thank you, son. That was awesome, right? So, and now we're going to go to, my sister gave us Isaiah chapter 2, which falls right in line, right? You would think we were all having this one conversation, but they went and found their own scriptures. I found my own. My wife went and found hers. And I talked to my sister on the phone. She in a whole other state, right? So Isaiah chapter 2, because the Most High is consistent. That's why it can all sound like it's together, like everybody was in one room, because the Most High is consistent. Isaiah chapter 2, verse 2 and 3. And it reads, in the days to come, the mount of the Most High's house shall stand firm above the mountain and tower above the hills. And all the nations, what? All the nations, say it again, all the nations shall gaze on it with joy. And the many people shall go and say, come, let us go up to the mount of the Most High, to the house of the Most High of Jacob. Whoa. To the house of Jacob? Wait, to the God of Jacob? To the creator of Jacob? That's where we going? Not to Jesus' house? Not to Muhammad's house? Not to the messiahs of the Jewish people? No. The Most High was extremely specific when he gave this to Isaiah of what house was going to be on that mountain. He said, let us go up to the mountain of the Most High, to the house of the creator of Jacob, of Jacob, that he may instruct us in his ways, and that we may walk in his paths. For instruction, the commandments, shall come forth from Zion, the word of the Most High from Jerusalem, Yerushalayim. Verse 4, thus he will judge among the nations and arbitrate for the many peoples, and they shall beat their swords into plowshares and their spears into pruning hooks. Nations shall not take up sword against nation. They shall never again know war. Baby, that's what we here for. They ain't told you what we doing this for, what the commandments, what we doing this for, why we call ourselves Hebrew, why we fishermen, why we the hunters, why we the Deborahs, why we the watchwomen and watchmen. Why? Because of this, man. We want that grace and mercy. We want to lie down with the lions, man. That's what's for. We want to be in a place where there's no war. where our swords are into pruning so we can till the land and eat good. Good old steak and potatoes. You know what I'm talking about? A little filet mignon, put a little brisket on the grill. You know what I'm talking about? Eat good. All praise to the Most High, man. That is our lesson. Get the lies out your life. Start learning how not to lie. It's a process. Yes, it is. You are accustomed to saying things with no backup. You are accustomed to saying things that people have said to you, and you did not go and verify that information yourself. Stop it. Stop repeating things that people have told you that you have not verified. Become a person that when they speak, they are coming from a place of study, of history, of knowledge, and provable information, not just your feelings. Let's stop just talking with our feelings all the time. And let's start talking about the things that matter, the truths of this world, and how to live in the most high truths. What things that we can find that we find joy in, so that we can replace the things that we found joy in this world. That's our job, man. That's why we're doing it. I give all praises, man. This was a great lesson. I truly enjoyed it. I truly enjoyed having our family on deck, and I'm participating in it. Hey, man, I pray for you and your families to do the same. The rewards may not come immediate, but they come. You got to know that the things that are worth having aren't fast, and fast things, as fast as they come, as fast as they go. Easy come, easy go. The things that we earn, that we sweat, that we fight over, that we have tension over, that we get the understanding that we now walk on, gives us fruit, an endless amount of fruit. Endless. All praises, man. We'll see you guys on next Shabbat. Me shalom. All praises. All praises. Thank y'all all for coming in. Shabbat shalom. And as soon as this thing tells me slow, stop telling me slow connection,